Everyone's doing well, your family's doing well, and you guys are hanging in there. I want to start this video, and it's going to be a much shorter video by showing you a change I made in Canvas. So here's our Canvas page, and up to this point, I've been kind of listing 3 things per day. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to have everything in the assignment. So any readings you need, the video for today is going to be in here, all the directions, they're all going to be in one. It's something I should have been doing from the very beginning, and I wasn't. I think that was just a bad habit I carried over from our face-to-face. Let me tell you about the mini lesson for today. So, what I want you to take away for today. What you're going to be doing today is you're going to be reading the passage part of the Johnson prompt. You already took notes on the introduction. And you're going to take notes on the reading part. And I want to practice it exactly the way you're going to do it on the test, which is you're going to have an electronic text that you're probably not going to be able to write on, but you're still going to want to capture some ideas you have. You're likely going to do that on a separate piece of paper. In fact, that's the way I want you to do it. So as you're reading the passage, I want you to bullet point down main ideas of the passage, and I'll explain why I want that done and why I think it's important. Bullet point keywords or phrases that relate to the question in the prompt. In this case, why is he denying the woman's request? And finally, bullet point shifts in tone, which some of you guys might already be doing. So bullet pointing the main ideas of the passage. I think what a lot of you are doing right now is you're going into the passage hard looking for rhetorical strategies. Is that diction? What's the tone? I think this is pathos. Is there figurative language? And I think that that could be very frustrating. I don't think it's a bad way to go about it. And if it's working for you, that's great. I want to offer you a different way now. And that's by starting to think about what the author is doing in certain sections of the passage and then backtrack into the rhetorical strategies. So what I want you guys to do is chunk the passage into sections. It's going to be different depending on the passage. The chunks are likely not going to be paragraphs because there'd be too many parts of the reading at that point. So you can either do it as beginning, middle, and end, or if you see the author's kind of starting one way, doing this, doing this, doing this, and then wrapping up, maybe there's more than 3 parts, maybe there's 5 parts. It's really up to you to organize the reading as you're starting to understand what the author's doing. But in each chunk, say it was beginning, middle, and end, I want you to think about what the author is doing in that chunk. So, Abigail Adams, for instance, that we read a long time ago, in the very beginning, she's showing that she's empathetic towards her son and saying, like, hey, you're going on this journey with your father. I know you don't want to go on this journey, but I hope you make the most of it. So, you might bullet point in the margin, she's showing her son that she understands how he's feeling, or even maybe just shows understanding of her son, something like that. Once you have what the author's doing in each chunk, then you can say to yourself, okay, so in the first section of the reading, she's showing empathy. How does she do that? Does she use certain words like dearest son? Does she have a certain tone? Is there a metaphor in there? How is she doing what it is that I've already identified she's doing? And if you do it that way, what's going to happen is when you go to your analysis, you've already said, like, well, she uses diction like dearest son. And the reason she's doing that is because she wants to show empathy because she knows she's about to be kind of critical towards him. So your analysis is kind of already up and running if you think about it this way. The next thing is the prompt's usually going to give you a hint about the message or purpose. In Abigail Adams, it's what strategies does she use to advise her son. In the Samuel Johnson for today, it's what strategies, does he use to deny the woman's request. So I want you to pay a special attention to anytime you come across words or phrases in the reading where he is that relate to denying, saying no, refusing, anything like that. And then I just want you to jot down those areas because those could be really important parts of the passage. They also could be really good places to pull evidence from, to pull quotes out of, because those are the sort of the hot spots. Just a good practice to get into. And then finally, the shifts in tone. The tone's never going to stay static. They pick passages that have tone shifts, at least one, sometimes more than one. Maybe it starts off as pleasant and lighthearted, moves to more serious and formal, and ends up optimistic. There's tone is always something you can write about for rhetorical strategy, so it's good for that point. But also, if you can sort of think of where is the tone shifting and why is it shifting, you're gonna get the passage on a deeper level. So this is what I want you to do. All you guys are going to be turning in is Just the bottom of the note sheet you started on Tuesday, so you can just take another picture and submit it. Monday, you're going to complete the time right. A quick note: most of you guys hand wrote it last time. I would suggest you guys type it, unless you know right now you're going to handwrite on the test, take a picture and upload it. The way the test is going to look like is passage and a big box below. I'm almost positive for you to type in. I think all of you guys are going to type on the test. I think so. I think you should be doing your time rights type two, typing two. So that's it. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you have a great weekend. If you have any questions, hit me up. And that's it. Thanks.